Well, I'd never been on an airplane until I went to New York. So I left Fresno, I think a nonstop to Kennedy Airport. And I had a suitcase with everything that I was going to bring. And there was a commuter bus from the airport to Manhattan, which was sort of downtown. It was maybe 6 or 8 blocks, as it turned out, on the East River Drive where the Animal Medical Center was. So I had a couple of weeks from the time I flew to New York before I actually had to start my internship. It was probably early August instead of early July like it is now. So I basically got dropped off at the bus station. I didn't have any place to stay. There was no internet to go look and find a place. And I think, oh, there'll be motels or something. They'll be easy to find like there might be in other cities. But it's a little different in Manhattan. You have to get connected with, I guess, brokers that find places for you, and they get contracted to do that. And I had no idea that. So anyway, I walked to the AMC. I got there in early evening in July and introduced myself, said I'm one of the new interns. I think we had 20, that was maybe the first class of 20 interns they had. And fortunately, they had an apartment on the top level where if they had visiting guests, that somebody could stay at the hospital. And so I don't know what I done, sleep on the street. I mean, I literally don't know. And they said, oh, we've got a room upstairs. I'm sure you can say that. We don't have anybody up there. I said, that's a good idea. So and then I had a week or so to find a place to live. So I basically just walked around Manhattan. I didn't take taxis around. I found a couple of apartments that were within 6 or 8, 10 blocks of the center, and it was tricky to actually get to talk to anybody because it was all done by appointment and all. So anyway, I finally sort of figured that out. Found an apartment that was a 1.5, which is basically a studio with a kitchen, an alcove with a couch in it, and a bed over on the other side with a little divider about partway out. And that's all I could afford. I think it was $8,000 a year in Manhattan, which even then was not very much. And it might have been $250, which is amazing. I'm pretty sure it was like $250 a month, which is now would be $600 or $800 or more.
So
I
a
don't know
substantial part of your salary.
Well, yeah. I mean, I think it was $8,000 salary. That was before anything came out of it. But I lived okay. I ate okay. There was so much stuff going 24 hours a day. If I worked a double shift, I worked 2 to 3 double shifts every week for 2 years. I got paid an 8-hour salary for every extra shift. That was, at that time, I think it was $32. So there wasn't a lot, but I made enough to survive and eat, and I spent most of my time, I spent 12, 16 hours a day at the hospital, so I didn't need too much time. I walked
You're
home.
basically sleeping at your
That was
place.
it. I walked home, went to bed. Less than 8 hours later, I got up and walked back. And there was pizza joints open all night, so 2, 3 in the morning, if I got off a double, I'd just get a big slice of pizza and eat that to go into the apartment. I never got robbed. I never got accosted. And it was in a reasonable area on the east side of Manhattan. At that time was, I think, pretty safe.